What's up, YouTube? I just saw one of my friends posting one of the PS4 communities I'm a part of, and he was asking for some Exodia deck recipes. And if you check back at some of my older videos, I used to play a lot of Exodia, different variations. I've got a good burn deck, a burn Exodia deck that can only be used offline if you want to quickly boost through the offline modes for more points, to buy booster packs and to grind cards from your Duelist challenges. But this one can be used online. In my opinion, this one's probably one of the best ones. I've seen a lot of Exodia decks that use store cards, or they have a lot of normal monsters and they use that spell card. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like every time you draw a normal monster, you can keep drawing. Each time you draw a normal monster, those cards you can just get rid of them. You don't really need it. All you want to do for Exodia deck is draw. You just want to keep drawing and finish the duel within the first turn or the first 2 turns. And Upstart Goblin used to be one of the cards I used, because you could use triple in the before the update. But since they got hit, I had to add some other cards in, and that card is this card here, Into the Void, which allows you to draw 1 card, but you have to have 3 or more cards in your hand. But you got to be really careful when you use this card. You got to make sure before you play this card, you got to make sure you got a good hand, and a good hand in this deck would be Royal Magical Library, this field card, Magical Citadel, 1 Toon Tables of Contents, a Broken Bamboo Sword, or a Trade-in. Or it wouldn't hurt to have a Magical Mallet as well. But that's a good hand, and if you have a hand like that, you can play it Into the Voids. I'll just quickly go through the deck. I actually got a match. As soon as I built this deck, I just went online, played a match, and yeah, it just worked straight off the first turn. I was able to get all the pieces in my hand. So I run 3 Broken Bamboo Swords, 2 Cards of Consonance, and 3 Golden Bamboo Swords. So if you don't have a monster, you can still equip this to your opponent's monster, and their attack becomes 0. And then you can activate, once you have a Broken Bamboo equipped to any monster, you can activate this card. This card just allows you to draw 2. Cards of Consonance are for your Whitestone or Legend. You just pitch that to the grave, draw 2 cards, then Whitestone or Legend brings a blue ice to your hand, which will get you ready for trade-ins. 2-hand Destructions, and this is just to get rid of cards that clog. Like if you didn't need the card, extra piece of Card of Consonance, you can pitch that. Or if you've already used your Into the Voids and you've got Exodia pieces and you've got a trade-in and a Card of Consonance that you can't use, and you need to definitely keep your hands going, you can pitch those 2 cards, draw 2 of hand destruction, so you can keep the drawing going. 2 Into the Voids, I already talked about that, and 3 Magical Citadels. This is a field card that you run with Royal Magical Library. So each time a spell card is activated, this card gets a spell counter added. 3 Magical Mallets. This is just to put you really want to use these to put the Exodia pieces back into your deck. So if you draw any Exodia piece, like if you had an arm, a leg, and the head early on, you can just use Magical Mallet to put them back in, just in case if there was any reason why you had to end your turn. That would make sure your pieces go back into your deck so they don't get discarded from the Into the Void effect. And you can choose which the amount of cards you shuffle, so it's pretty good. One day of peace, just draw one card, either player takes damage. Free, we play free toon table contents, and this is, you want to see this early, and you don't want to see doubles of it. You just want to see one, and you have your Royal Magical Library out, and its effect. Each time a spell card is activated, place one spell counter on this card. When that spell card resolves max 3, you can remove 3 spell counters from this card, draw one card. So you have this out, you play one toon tables, you search another toon table contents, and then one spell counter goes on the Royal Magical Library. Do it again, gets the second spell counter. Do it again, you get the third spell counter, and then you use the last toon table contents to search out your Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. And then, you know, your Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, you got 3 trade-ins, and you got 3 Blue Eyes targets. So that's what you want to do with toon tables. If you open your hand and you got 2, you can only use, you're going to have 1 floating toon table contents, pretty much, or else you won't be able to summon out your, you won't be able to search out your Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Then we run 3 trade-ins for our Blue Eyes. Just push it to the grave and draw 2 cards. You got 1 Upstock Golem, just draw 1 card. Got your Exodia pieces. Royal Magical Library, gotta see it first turn, that's why you run it at 3. They consistently, for me, back when I am an older deck, and I'm pretty sure it's still the same, consistently comes within your first 3 turns, you'll see it. So once you see it, you want to make sure you have this card as well. So you play Royal Magical Library, set this card, then start playing your spells. Each time this gets 3 spell counters, remove the spell counters, draw 1 card, and with this card up, when this card gets the spell counters added, you can remove the 3 spell counters on this field card and to draw 1 card through this card's effect. And then once you do that, if you have the second one in hand, then you swap it. So each time you use 3 spell counters from this field card, you gotta swap it and then swap it. Then your 2 Whitestone of Legends, and that yeah, that completes the deck. You just want to keep drawing until you got the pieces, and I've got a match I already recorded. As soon as I built this deck, I went into play a match and it just worked straight away, so you'll see.